Coming up on Torrance Today, Metro LA is listening to what Torrance community members have to say on its Sea Line extension plans. Strong winds knock down trees and power lines in our city, and there's more severe weather on the horizon. Plus, NBA star LeBron James attends a basketball game at one of our local high schools. We'll tell you where and why. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's 4 p.m. on Wednesday, February 22nd. I hope you're having a great day so far. Thank you so much for joining us. Here is our first story. The Los Angeles County Metropolitan Transportation Authority invited the Torrance community to weigh in on its plans to extend its Sea Line to our city at a public hearing last night. It took place inside the Toyota Meeting Hall, where city leaders and Metro executives were on hand to present the latest information and to answer any questions.
The Torrance community came in full force to express their desires for the extension of the Metro Sea Line. It was very exciting to see the residents really rally and share their sentiments about the need for public transportation as it impacts our environment, reduces traffic congestion, and gives options to avoid riding cars on our streets. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and everyone deserves the opportunity to share their input.
We had a great turnout in Torrance. A lot of community members interested in the project, asking questions, listening to the presentation, and then giving their public comment. I think Torrance, depending on where people live, they have different points of view, so part of the purpose of these hearings is for people to share their views and have it be part of the formal record of our draft DIR.
We're in the middle of an environmental process, which has us look at various aspects of the project and how it impacts the environment and the public. And we have to lay all of that information out and let the public digest it and ask questions and comment. And that period will end at the end of March 27th.
The new extension will connect to the Mary K. Giordano Regional Transit Center, which is still under construction. Chaparian encourages Torrance residents to learn more about the project and to submit any comments by visiting metro.net/SeaLineEXT. Well, did you hear that wind last night? According to the weather experts, that is just the beginning. The National Weather Service issued a severe weather warning forecasting heavy rain, more strong winds, and the potential for flooding locally. This severe weather is forecasted for today through Sunday, with the highest chance of rain on Thursday and Friday. Local hazards are anticipated during this severe weather, such as floods and mudslides, downed trees, power lines, and power outages, some of which our city experienced overnight. The city's public safety and public works departments responded to many incidents that have since been cleared. Reports of a power outage in the south side of Torrance impacted about 800 residents, and SoCal Edison has since restored power. The Office of Emergency Services is actively monitoring the situation and information regarding road closures. It also shared safety tips during the storms on Twitter at Torrance OES and at Torrance Alerts. Torrance community members received multiple alerts since last night of various detours caused by fallen trees, which you'll see in a second, downed power lines, and traffic signals that were out of order. You can sign up for Torrance Alerts as well as stay updated. Just go to torranceca.gov/Torrance Alerts. Now, here's this picture I told you about. Check out these shots right now just into City Cable. A huge tree coming up from its roots, courtesy of those strong winds. We're told the eastbound 6100 block of PCH will be completely closed until 5 p.m. today due to tree and branch removal. Traffic will be diverted to Paseo de las Delicias until one lane can be safely cleared. Our special group of visitors from Kashiwa, Japan made many notable stops last week when they flew to Torrance to celebrate their 50th sister city anniversary. Well, one stop in particular involved some very lucky students. The Torrance Unified School District hosted the delegates for lunch at North High School. The Saxons provided a color guard ceremony, a show choir performance of our national anthem, and a dance presentation by its advanced dancers. Students in North High's AP Japanese class even provided a special welcome and translation services during the visit. Another Torrance school got a very special visitor recently as well. NBA superstar LeBron James, and it all went down at Bishop Montgomery High School.
Oh, man.
The LA Lakers star was courtside last week to watch the Knights boys basketball team defeat his son's high school, Sierra Canyon, 51-49. The CIF Southern Section Open Division pool play game took place in front of a sold-out crowd. Just after tip-off, the new NBA all-time scorer entered the Bishop Montgomery gym to watch his son Bronny, a senior at Sierra Canyon. Now, the game was actually close throughout with just seconds to go, and the Knights trailing 49-48. Bishop senior Christian Jones knocked down a three-pointer from the right wing to give the Knights a 2-point lead they would not relinquish. A desperation shot at the buzzer by Sierra Canyon was off the mark, and the Knights escaped with the crucial win. Now, sadly, the Knights then fell to Centennial 83-55 in the semifinals and didn't get to punch a ticket to the championship game this weekend, but the boys are still in the game as the Knights return to action next week for the CIF state playoffs. Well, here's something you don't hear every day. A mini horse went on a big adventure last week after escaping from a birthday party. Torrance police tell City Cable that early Thursday morning, police officers found this horse wandering in an area around Sepulveda Boulevard and Western Avenue near Wilson Park. Officers made a leash, and the little horse was given a police escort to the Peter Weber Equestrian Center in Rolling Hills Estates. Well, how did it get there? The horse actually attended a boy's birthday party in Harbor City on Wednesday, and its owners planned to transport it back to Mira Loma the following day. Well, it managed to get loose overnight before heading to Torrance, nearly 4 miles away. According to the Equestrian Center, the horse stayed on the property for a few hours on Thursday before it was reunited with its owners and returned to Mira Loma. We're told the birthday boy was relieved to hear it was found, and the story had a happy ending. If you're looking for fresh and delicious Mediterranean food that has a slight Lebanese flair, look no further than Torrance Eatery, Kafanchik. This cafe, brought to you by a family with roots in Lebanon, labels itself as a crossroads between good food, kind people, and happy memories. 3 things I found to be very true when I sat down with Kafanchik's marketing manager. So speaking of the food, tell me, what are some of the fan favorites that are on the menu?
So I would say for breakfast, the avocado sandwich is top notch, and that was, obviously you can tell, is a very California / Lebanese fusion. It has avocado, za'atar, poached egg, and it's just to die for. For lunch, hands down, garlic chicken sandwich. There's nothing like it. It's just rich, it's Mediterranean, it's so good. And then for dessert, just a good old crepe with Nutella and some fresh berries. That's been in the house for, oh my God, that's a staple house item for years and years. So that's always something we go for.
Well, I'm in the house of Kafanchik right now, and I want to go into the kitchen with you and make some of these and eat them, of course.
Let's do it.
Check out more on this yummy spot on the latest Common Sense, airing at 8:30 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. right here on City Cable. February is Black History Month, honoring the triumphs and struggles of African Americans throughout U.S. history, and Torrance is taking part. The Torrance Public Library has a selection of inspiring titles available on Hoopla. a free digital streaming service available with your library card. And the Harbor Regional Center, located at 21231 Hawthorne Boulevard, chose its book of the month to be I Am Enough by Empire actor and activist Grace Byers. The center tells City Cable that stories such as this gives young readers an opportunity to relate to the character, learn that they matter, build self-esteem, develop empathy, and most of all, feed imagination. You can check out this book and others at Harbor Regional's Family Resource Center. Well, still ahead, it's Wellness Wednesday and also American Heart Month. Meet a Torrance resident who had a heart transplant plus a brain tumor and is now inspiring others with her story when we come back in 60 seconds. At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to share a positive story that fits the theme for the day. On this Wellness Wednesday, we're introducing you to a brave and strong Torrance resident named Ann Ramirez Duda. A transplant was the only way to save her life after her heart started failing. She now encourages others to check that box and become organ donors.
In 2018, I was working at a gym teaching gymnastics and was starting to experience a lot of breathing issues. So I decided to go ahead and go to the doctor and get checked out. My doctor called and said, "You have congestive heart failure." I can't have heart disease. I'm only 48 years old. And in the transplant evaluation, one of the doctors that came on to the right side of the hospital bed. And I said, "I'm sorry, doctor, I can't see you." So they did a CAT scan and they said, "You have a massive brain tumor." Life is so different now, and I have this second chance at life. Looking back, I wish I would have gone to the doctor sooner. If something's wrong, you need to speak up and say, "This isn't right. There's something wrong here. This doesn't feel okay." The American Heart Association really helped me with education, with knowing what to expect or what can be done. I'm a unique woman with my own unique story, but we're in this together. Just when the caterpillar thought her life was over, she began to fly. And I'm flying.
Duda is a part of the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women, Real Women campaign, whose women are national volunteers selected to represent a diverse sisterhood of survivors who actively, urgently, and passionately champion the Go Red for Women movement. Often the surprising faces of cardiovascular disease, the real women share their powerful survivor stories to raise awareness of heart disease and stroke in women and inspire others to take charge of their own health and mental well-being. Inspiring. Well, that is our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torrancetoday@torranceca.gov. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great day.